is Las Vegas in a buyer's market or is it in a seller's market? Well, there's an article written by the Las Vegas Review-Journal talking about this very thing using data from Redfin stating that Las Vegas is in a buyer's market. But let's look at the characteristics as to what even makes up a buyer or a seller's market. So let's dive into this. So check this out. So I typed this into Google. What makes up a buyer's market in real estate? Well, there's a couple of characteristics. One being a high inventory, the other being longer time in the market, and the third being the negotiating power. Who has it? Buyers or sellers? Well, does Las Vegas actually check off those boxes in regards to it being a buyer's market like the article talks about? Well, let's check it out. First would be what? High inventory, or I would say an increase, a significant increase in the inventory of homes available. All right, you guys, so I have pulled this information from the multiple listing service. As a licensed real estate agent, I have access to this, so a benefit to you guys who watch my videos. Here we are, February, March of last year. Look at this increase in the inventory of homes. See here, homes for sale. Is that a significant increase in a short amount of time? Hell yeah, it is. That is a lot of properties that have now come onto the market for sale. So I would say that yes, you know what? Going back to the characteristics here, hey, we checked that box. What about length of time on the market? How long a property sits on the market before it finds a buyer and is then sold? Well, let's look at length of time on the market. Here we are, median days on market. What are we seeing here? A consistent trend that properties are sitting onto the market for a lot longer than they have been from a year ago. So there's two boxes right there that are checked stating that we're in a buyer's market. Now, the one thing that we're not able to necessarily pull is the third box, which would be the negotiating power. That is going to be in the, in the details of what is going on between negotiations in the contract of a buyer and a seller. But if we've got, let's say, a consistent demand, which in my opinion, yes, I'm not seeing a drop in demand, meaning how many buyers are interested in purchasing a property. And I don't see a spike in demand either. Reason being is that a major factor that's going to end up creating that spike or drop is interest rates, because so many people borrow money in order to purchase a property. Interest rates are relatively the same. I mean, they kind of float around that 6%, and they have been for the last couple of years. But with that, the unemployment hasn't really changed all that much either. So demand is relatively the same. The only thing that's significantly changed, like you guys ended up seeing, is the number of homes listed for sale. That right there has significantly changed. Before, everybody talked about that we were in a seller's market. Why were we in a seller's market? Because demand for housing was, let's just say, here. Supply was way down here. And all of these buyers had to compete for the very low amount of homes listed for sale. Now that's completely flopped or, switched. So yes, this article is absolutely correct when it states that the Las Vegas Valley has now shifted. The Las Vegas Valley has now shifted into a buyer's market. So for those of you who are looking to potentially purchase a property, this may be the time to jump in. Why? Because you guys have the negotiating power. What can you negotiate in a situation like that? With the leverage that you have, what are you capable of negotiating? Well, maybe a drop in purchase price. Maybe contribution of the seller towards you guys' closing costs, and maybe that's requesting repairs that otherwise the seller did not want to have to do. Now, with all of that said, if you guys are looking to purchase a property and you want your questions answered, you want somebody that's going to be on your side, guiding you through the process, fighting tooth and nail to get you all of the things that you want, because you have the power please end up giving me a call. Licensed real estate agent in the Las Vegas Valley for well over a decade, negotiated, I mean, just incredible things for my buyers, and I can do the same for you. So if you're interested, please end up giving me a call. But hey, if you have any interest in reading this article for yourself, go to the Las Vegas Review Journal. It's there. I'll leave a link so that you guys can just quickly jump into it yourself. But otherwise, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.